This is the summit of High Top. Beautiful day. It's a little chilly because after it rained yesterday, and I went to High Top Hut for lunch and to kind of dry off and warm up. Ate lunch and was going to continue hiking, but it was just like, ooh, stay here at the shelter and be warm and dry, or get back out there and get wet and cold. And I decided to stay at the shelter, stay dry and warm. It stopped raining at around 3 o'clock or so, and I shoulda, coulda, wished I would have, got all my stuff back together and got some more miles, because it was just 8 miles yesterday to that shelter. But hey, taking it easy through the Shenandoahs, loving it, feeling so much better. Day by day I'm feeling better and better. So got in touch with Trey last night. He says he's at mile 966, and I'm like, yeah, I'm at 904. And he's like, so all you gotta do is to get on a Skyline Drive and thumb a ride and hop up 60 miles and we can be together again. And I'm like, or I can just hike and see you whenever. But no, seriously, Trey's an awesome guy. He helped me a lot starting off the trail back in February, because he had done it the previous year starting in January and had a really miserable time about it and ended up stopping by Daleville. So this is all new trail for him. He's never been on it, and he better keep on it, because he better not quit again. The rest of the crew, Snap, TikTok, Carpenter, y'all are great. Y'all, keep on being y'all. But let's see what we got today. We got Lewis Mountain Campground coming up in about 10 miles or so. Not staying there, but I'm gonna walk in just to see if there's probably not Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna just stick around to see if there is any, and maybe throw a video or two up. And then if there's a little store, grab some chips and a soda. But Big Meadows, now Big Meadows has a lodge, a campground, wayside, resupply store. That's 20 miles from here. Feeling good, feeling like I can do it. The terrain is, nothing insane. I should be able to handle it after resting up for the last few days. But then there's that number, that 20, and it's just like, I don't want to do 20 yet. I know I could if I had to, but I still got, what I call a day's worth of food. I got 2 tortillas, a tuna packet, still got some Pringles, another Belvita breakfast sandwich thing, and 2 packets of peanut butter crackers, and still a bunch of peanut M&Ms. So I could eat all that today and I think be happy. And then, walk 3-4 miles to get to Big Meadows tomorrow, resupply fully, have breakfast at the wayside, pack out a lunch from the wayside, and I think that'll be what I do. Now, 17 miles from High Top Hut, there was a said Gravel Road Cemetery, and I'm like, ooh, that'd be a good walking distance for breakfast the next morning. But do I really want to set up my tent and camp next to a cemetery? We'll see in 17 miles. Other than that, there's Big Meadows, and Big Meadows says no camping in sight of Skyline Drive. So we'll see, is if there's a hill on Big Meadows that I can tuck myself behind, or whatever. But definitely going past Lewis Mountain Campgrounds today. Definitely getting as close to Big Meadows as I can. And I want to apologize. I said, replied to one YouTube subscriber, when do you think you'll be in Big Meadows? And I was like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most likely. I'm sorry. I took Shenandoah slower than I, thought I would. And when I said Sunday, I was sitting in Waynesboro at the bed and breakfast. So apologize if I missed the meet and greet. Trey also texted me that he said at around mile 950 he saw Trail Magic taped to a tree with a sign on it that said "For Red Mage," and he said it was from Lewis somebody or another. He thinks if that's the case, if your name was Lewis, if it's not, we'll blame Trey. Thank you very much. Sorry I'm not anywhere near mile 950 at the moment. Possibly it'll still be there when I get there. Maybe a bear won't, eat it off the tree. But or I don't know what it is. He didn't tell me, describe it. He just said there's something taped to a tree for you at mile 950. Thank you. Really, trail angels are wonderful people. And let's hope I can hit that 950 in the next day or so. Well, not today. Not tomorrow. Possibly 3 days from now. I've talked with Blueberry and Q a lot this last week about hammock sleeping and just the pros and cons for them actually being on the trail. And I've contacted home yesterday, and I'm having my hammock, and I guess a hammock rain fly that I've never seen before, because she's picking it up today, sent up to me, because I had a hammock before the trail and I enjoyed relaxing in it, but I could never fall asleep in it because of where it was set up in my yard. People would drive up and down the road like NASCAR speeds, and every 2 minutes when I would start dozing off, I'd get a flying down the street. So I'm like, okay, well, all right. But I did enjoy relaxing in it at home, and with it supposed to be getting warmer, and now it's like really cold again, I figure I wouldn't need an underquilt. So we'll see how warm I can get laying in a hammock, with my foam pad, with my sleeping bag, with my winter clothes that I still have. So I'm going to try to get that sent up to, what is it, Bear's Den Hostel, north of the Shenandoahs, because I really want to stay there, because it's like $30 for a night, and you get food, pizza, ice cream, showers, laundry, and a bunk. So I'm like, that's just an amazing deal in a hostel. And it's, what I hear, you know, just yards off the Appalachian Trail. So I will definitely be staying there. So that would be the ideal spot for this mail drop, and that would give me some extra motivation to get some longer days put in so that I can get up there to my mail. Now, also, I do believe I will be going, well, I want to change some more of the food. I want to go back to ramen noodles and instant potatoes, because I'm seeing other people eat them at night, and I'm just getting like a belly envy of, wow, that looks good. I bet it tastes good too. Sure smells good. And also I'm gonna switch up my diet yet again to maybe have a bit more filling of a meal. But we'll work on that, you know, out of the Shenandoahs. So I think I'm going back to my stove, which I'll contact my buddy in Tennessee, because that's where I left my stove and cook set. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So, you know, out here on the trail, you can do the same thing day in and day out for 100+ days, and it might work for you. Or you might have to change up your routine every 10 days in order to adapt and overcome to the, you know, changing situations. So, you know, it's hike your own hike and figure out what works best for you. Here I am on day, gosh, what is this, 77? And I'm still trying to figure out how to get a good night's sleep, which wasn't really an issue, I think, until I lost so much weight that you know, I'm sleeping on my side, and I'm like just laying right there on my hip bone and just being so uncomfortable that I'm just tossing and turning and flopping around all night long. So, you know, maybe I shouldn't have lost so much weight. Maybe I should sleep in a hammock. You know, we're going to try to figure this out, get some better sleep, keep energy levels up, get this trail put in the books. The Shenandoahs are amazing, people. I mean, this is going to be about a 1,000-foot climb, and you know, I know I'm not halfway there, but it's just such a nice path, such a nice grade. I don't want to say it's easy, because I found out there's nothing about the AT that's easy, and I never wanted it to be easy. But I will say the Shenandoahs so far has been easier than a lot of the rest of the trail. So, and I hear the northern part of the park is even better. So, really enjoying it, and it's just pleasant to hike. Any future aspirants of the trail, and you want to get a nice dose of it, but don't know if you want to commit to the full through hike. Spent a week or 10 days in Shenandoah. It's only 105 miles long. Plenty of huts, plenty of campground, plenty of resorts, plenty of foods, plenty of roads, plenty of people. So if you're on the fence about it and you find you don't like it, you can always quickly get a hop off. Something drastic happens with your gear, you're never more than a couple miles from a road. So Shenandoahs are real interesting like that. It's like being in nature, but still an arm's distance from civilization. And that's probably how it was designed and how it was meant to be put together, but seeing it firsthand and walking through it is definitely an experience. But yep, come out and experience Shenandoahs. We're here at Lewis Campground Camp Store. And Mr.
Nigel
Thorpe, amazing man, gave me some information and made me feel like an idiot today instead of tomorrow when I showed up to Big Meadows Lodge wanting a lodge and a place that's closed. So thank you. No, thank you for letting me realize that Big Meadows Lodge is not open just yet. But this store, you say it's smaller than Big Meadows, but it's really got
everything a hiker needs.
Just about everything we need. Yoo-hoos, sodas, sandwiches, beers, more sodas. Got some medicines over here. Chips. This thing. I just ate one of these chocolate muffins, and I'm probably going to get another one to go because it was amazing. Ziploc bags, fuel cans, ice cream. I had one of these Butterfinger bars, delicious. Usually that's more full. Excuse me. Other things for camping requires. Food items, peanut butter, $4.50 for a jar of peanut butter. Well, ramen, Pringles, Cliff Bars, Fig Newtons, cookies, Nutter Butters. Just
a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing.
Just everything. I had a good meal, a lot of calories, probably over 1,000 calories I just ate sitting outside on the bench where I got my phone charging right out there.
1,500 calories.
Yeah.
Well, if you eat the chocolate and 2 honey buns, there's at least 1,000 there.
Oh, the honey buns are for tonight.
Oh, okay. You didn't eat those. Okay.
But yep. Again, Nigel, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
And this is a great place to come off the trail for a minute.
This is the official 900-mile marker for the true hikers. The actual, there's probably about 20 of those.
Yeah.
But
So, back on the trail, just right outside Lewis Mountain Campground. I mean, the trail's right here, campground's right there. I kind of walked, as soon as I saw the campground, walked into the campground and then found the camp store. I suppose if I would have stayed on the trail a little bit longer, I would have had a shorter distance to walk to the camp store, but better safe than sorry, and I wanted to Anyways, so I was at the camp store and bought a bag of Doritos, a small bag of Doritos, 2 jumbo honey buns, a triple chocolate chip muffin thing, and like 16-ounce Budweiser. Oh, now I'm not a beer drinker. I'll drink them occasionally if the setting's right, but man, there's just something that a cold beer does for you once you've done a lot of hiking. But make sure, yep, we're going the right way. Bearfence Hut, 1.2 miles. So, I was originally supposed to go all the way to that cemetery today, about 17 miles. Well, I wanted to do that because I wanted to get to Big Meadows Lodge, because I thought that's what Fjord and Mr. Jimmy were texting me, that the lodge has Wi-Fi. But when I look in the book, Big Meadows Lodge is the only, thing listed as a lodge. So, not the case. Big Meadows Lodge is not open yet. The Wayside and gas station grocery store is, and I will be doing a resupply there. But I want to get to the lodge where I'm gonna, pay to stay for a day with as much time in the day as possible. I don't want to show up there at 10 o'clock at night, take a shower, get a room, take a shower, try to upload videos all night long, get no sleep. So, if I did go almost all the way to Meadows tonight, and I resupplied at Meadows in the morning, it would put me at do a really short day to stay at the stay at the hut, the shelter in between Big Meadows and Skyland, or to do a really long day and get me to Skyland at night. So I'm just going to get up to Bearfence Hut, make today a 12-13 mile day. I went back in the store there and picked up another 16-ounce Budweiser and another one of those triple chocolate chip chocolate muffin things. Whew. I'll probably have a honey bun tonight. But I'll save that beer and muffin for in the morning to get me into the Big Meadows Wayside. And he really helped me there with a map, big map, to figure what's a better way to get to the resupply, and I'll explain it and tell you the mile markers as I'm doing it tomorrow. But instead of passing up the wayside and walking through Big Meadows campground to get to the wayside. He said basically that cemetery that I was going to stay at, take that road to Skyline Drive and walk about 150, 200 yards along Skyline Drive. Boom, gas station and wayside right there. Rather than pass it up and then have to walk 3/4 of a mile through the campground just to resupply and walk 3/4 of a mile back up through the campground. So it's this way, it's a short little road walk, resupply, short little road walk, and I'm back on the trail. So he was very insightful, very helpful. But we're gonna get on the Bearfence.
Genesis is my name. I don't know whether it has any real merit to it.
And we have another potential through hiker aspirant. You know, this is only his 11th day on the trail, as he said. He's doing a pretty interesting hike. You're going flip-flop southbound. You started in Harper's Ferry 11 days ago, if I get that right. You're going to Springer. Are you going to do the approach trail all the way down the falls?
Yep, I am going to do it because no one will come get me off the logging trail. So I have to meet the people in the parking lot.
That's then do the approach trail. Okay.
And it's only fair, right? Because y'all had to do it up. I've got to do it down.
And then once you get down to Georgia, you're going to fly up to Maine and continue going south down to Harper's Ferry. So a very interesting path. And I mean, hey, hike your own hike, do it. And your trail name, Hey Now, and there's origin behind that.
But because I walk up to people and I'm like, hey now. Because unlike a lot of northbounders, I don't have people that travel with me.
True.
Right? I mean, it's a much less social route. I see people in shelters, but there's really, I will see you guys today, interestingly enough, and then by tomorrow we'll be 25 miles apart.
True.
Because we'll be going in opposite directions. So I chose an interesting path. I think it's the best path for me because it's ramping up the difficulty of the hikes as I go further south rather than starting with the really difficult stuff, which is Springer.
Yeah.
Or a true southbound, which will be coming out of Katahdin.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, hike your own hike, and if you want to take, I don't want to say the easy route because I don't want to say put any bad connotations on it.
It's easy,
but an easier,
so kind of
an easier route.
Well, like they told me it was all downhill because I was walking like and they lied.
Because like I found out a week ago, the AT is not easy. There are easier parts, but the AT is not easy. And I didn't want easy when I came out here. I just wanted it to be possible. And it is, if you work hard enough on it. And I was talking with them before I started the video, one that was still a little more light. You have a cause.
I do.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this was always a bucket list item for me. A couple years ago, I was in a pretty miserable place myself. I was like, this is driving me insane, my job, everything. Talking to my wife, and she's like, what would make you happy? And I said, I just need to do something for me, but I don't really have that. She's like, what? And I said, well, I'd love to do the Appalachian Trail, and I'd love to do it for charity. And she said, do it. So I'm walking the Appalachian Trail for charity. I'm walking it for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's, I think, a fantastic cause. It also keeps me motivated because one of the things is I know a lot of people try and they quit, and they get sad, they get angry at the mountain, they hurt, all those things. Well, it's a synergistic relationship with Make-A-Wish because kids who have cancer can't quit, right? And so when I wake up and I want to quit, kids who have cancer, they can't quit. Parents of kids who worry about them every day can't quit. Siblings who have brothers and sisters who have life-threatening illnesses can't quit. And so for me, I'm walking the same path with them, and I want to raise awareness that they take a holistic view of like all of these kids and their families' sickness, because when a kid gets sick, the whole family gets sick. And I want to do something good. And at my age, it's like, hey, if I can give back and I can do something good and have my bucket list item, all the better.
That's powerful, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. And how can they follow you, or what's your information?
Yeah, so basically I have a site, walkofdreams.org. Walk of Dreams is one word, WALKOFDREAMS.org. And it's a little site where you can follow me on, you can see my Fitbit steps, you can see my track through a DeLorme inReach, you can follow me on a map, you can send me a message of encouragement, and you can even see a different kind of YouTube that I post periodically. And I'm telling you, thanks for your help showing me actually how to do that. And so hopefully they'll be better and all, because your channel appears to be rocking. And so thank you for helping me out, man.
Yeah. So we got hay now, and really hiking the trail for an awesome cause. Check it out. Walk of Dreams.
Walk of Dreams.
Walk of Dreams. Seriously, y'all go check that out and support an awesome cause. Y'all supported me, and I thank you for that every day of this trip. But this is an awesome cause, so check it out. And hey now, again,
thank you.
That's awesome that you would do something like that. I mean, I'm just a gamer Pizza Hut delivery guy walking across America. This guy is actually walking for a purpose, and you're the first person I've met that I've actually talked to on the trail this year doing it for a purpose. Well, okay.
Everybody has their own purpose.
Let me back it up. Blueberry, y'all know Blueberry. He's doing it for the deaf kids camp, because
cool.
he's a sign language guy. Both his parents were deaf, so sign language was his first language, and that's what he's going through college for. That's what he's going abroad across the world to, like, sign language for things out of college. And he is hiking for he explained it so much better. Some kind of
sign language interpretation, or
it's for deaf kids that are lacking senses to come out and hike.
Oh.
And he's raising funds and awareness of that. But yeah, well, I can't say he was the first because you're the second. But again, a very righteous cause.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing cause too.
Hope that's great for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.